So Jesus entered my life when I was a little girl. Well, really when I was born into a Christian family. But one day in Sunday school when I was about 5 years old, there was a lesson about having Jesus enter into your life. And I remember immediately when I got home, I hadn't even gotten inside. I was still in the garage, and I told my dad, hey, I want to ask Jesus into my heart. And so I remember sitting in the garage with my dad, just holding hands with him, and we were praying to Jesus that he would enter into my life and be there for me in all the decisions that I make in the future, and that I would grow up with him at the foundation of everything, and everything I do give him glory. The biggest people who have influenced my Christian life are people at Northview Community Church, especially this summer in between my freshman and sophomore year going to the mission trip in Tijuana. I got to be in a group of God-fearing people who wanted to dive deep into their faith, and I was the youngest person in the Northview group that trip, and so it wasn't necessarily easy, and I felt behind these people in my walk with Jesus, and seeing how they prayed, how they talked about Jesus, how much they read their Bible, it was an inspiration to me and really encouraged me to dive deeper into my faith. And ever since then, I really dove deep into my faith, and I wanted to read the Bible all the time. And so now I read the Bible every single night, and I pray constantly about little decisions, big decisions, and everything in between. I pray for people, pray for myself, and that summer I decided to get baptized. And so I would just say that specifically that mission trip group and the people that encouraged me through it were the biggest influences in my high school time. God has moved in my life throughout high school by giving me the opportunity to share Jesus with those around me. Going to a public high school, there really aren't that many Christian people. Everywhere you go, there's people making inappropriate jokes, using inappropriate language, and being that different in a good way. And people, they say things like, oh, you're an angel, blah, blah, blah. They're not saying that because of you being like perfect. They're saying that because they see Jesus through you. They're saying that you're an angel because they see that the kindness you share with others and the patience you have for others, you're reflecting Christ, who really is angelic and perfect. And being that different in a public high school and being able to share the love of Jesus has been a really big blessing. And while I wish that there's more Christian people at my public school that I could have talked to and hung out with, it has been a blessing to be that Jesus in other people's lives, that they can see how Jesus moves through me, and I can reflect who Jesus is in the way that I act and talk to people that isn't the same as the way other people talk and act. If I could relive my high school years, I think I would be less timid, because as I said before, with my kindness and the way I talk to people, I'm reflecting Jesus to them. But I wish I would more upfront just be like, hey, this is what Jesus has done in my life. This is how cool my God is and how he's been moving in this city and this state and this nation, and really just inspire them and share with them specifically what Jesus has done, rather than in a broad way just reflect Jesus to them. Because even though reflecting Jesus to them does do amazing things and can make them start wondering, like, wow, why are they so different? Why do they love so hard? Why do they care so much? Being able to upfront just say, like, hey, Jesus is in my life and this is what he's done, is something that I wish I did more and really shared with people, because I think I was too timid of what people would think of me to just outwardly just say what Jesus has done for me and for the people around me. Advice I have for other high school students is don't be afraid to be you. In 8th grade, I was called a Jesus freak because I loved Jesus so much, and people who weren't Christian are like, oh wow, she's a Jesus freak. Like, be that Jesus freak. Love Jesus and show Jesus to everyone around you, and be that person where everyone is just like, wow, like she loves God, like, or he loves God. Like, just put yourself out there and don't be ashamed of your faith and who you are as a person. After high school, I'm going to Grand Canyon University to study elementary education. While I'm at GCU, I hope to create a solid group of Christian friends and do Bible studies with them and go to church with this group of people and push each other in our faith to study the Word more and talk about things that we're struggling with. But at the same time, I'm well aware that there will be people at GCU that are not Christian, and I hope that I can be a light to those people and introduce them to God and give them opportunities to go to church with me and go to youth events with me and inspire them to learn more about Jesus. And once I get my degree and become an elementary teacher, I hope that, although I can't really, unless I'm at a private school, I can't really tell my students about Jesus, but I hope that through my kindness, through my patience with these students, that they can tell that Jesus is in me and working through me, and I hope that I can change the lives of my students as well. I'm Emma Merwin, and I am graduating from Henry M. Jackson High School class of 2022.